There's a full moon. I have my moon cycle pants on. Oh yeah. I'm a nerd. But I'm super excited about the rituals I'm doing this evening on account of the super pink moon. This is April, the end of April, and the year is 2021. Today, like every month, every new moon, I like to do a tarot card reading before I get out into nature to get grounded again. I did my grounding today already. And this time, it's with Lunar, the moon. I did my yoga in nature today. I got grounded with Gaia. And as above, so below. That's how it goes. If you would like to purchase a personalized reading, because this is a collective reading, a generalized read, it's an energy forecast for the next month for us, then email me. My email address is em3dj3@gmail.com. I do readings for $33.33. That's a full read. I also do readings for $11.11. That's 11 cards there. Good deal. And you can also get a reading for $1.11 at my Etsy shop. It's the only one I'm offering on there right now because they take such a big cut, it doesn't make much sense. I need to purchase so many more supplies. Obviously, you can see my setup is not that great, but for what I do. Alright, so we start this month, this lunar cycle, off, and I get this card a lot when I do readings for myself. This is the 9 of Wands here. This is the final countdown, you could say, the final straw. It's the last round of our upgrades before we are activated and completely and living as our highest selves. That is the core issue right now. It's been very hard for us, extremely hard. These last tough, let's say, struggles that we're experiencing, it feels like we're not going to have enough energy to do anymore. Well, this is the last round. This is number 9. We're getting so close to number 10. It's passions, it's desires, it's our fire, it's what drives us, the collective, to do our jobs and live out our life purposes and heal the world. This card advises us to take a little breather, acknowledge what's going on, and then be ready to pull forth that energy you need for the last straw, the last round. It's just what I'm hearing. I keep hearing the last round. We're almost there. And second, we get the card Justice. Now, Justice tells me that in the past, the way that we felt, sometimes we felt like things were super unfair. But at other times, we were like, wow, I am so lucky. The scales were balancing out. We were making all the proper judgments about ourselves and about others, too. And we were really, stepping into our power. And that's a spirit element, a soul card. Past actions. What we actually did. Here we get the 8 of Swords. Swords is the element of air. We removed some blindfolds. We did all the work. We got through all of our inner child stuff, and it was not easy. And then we were able to tell others about what had happened with us and show them how they also too could work through these things. And in this one, this card talks about the falsities of society, the brainwashing and all of the things that we were taught as children. We saw through that all and realized that those things were untrue. And we had to do that on our own. It's not something that the media could teach us. Here we have the Star card. Another spirit element. This is the number 17 here. And this spot tells us what the advice from the universe is. They're telling us that now is, and this is for the present, now is the time to keep dreaming. In fact, dream bigger, because anything you can dream of, anything you can imagine, it will be so. Manifest it. Just think about it. Act like it's already there. Act like you already have it. For our future attitude, we get the Two of Wands. I like that a lot because we're all carrying a torch. And this talks about us working together. And she has the world in her hands. There's two separate types of flowers on this card. I know they can't see it so much because I decided to do this reading sort of in the dark with my candles because of on account of the full moon. The flowers are very different. The people are working together. Go get it. You're going to feel like we can do anything as a collective because we can. Page of Wands. That's where this is heading. I love that because I like to think of the light within us as that the page represents fire. And that's a driving force, and so it's going to be our main cause. This too also says, go out. We're going to be going out there and we're going to be getting it. But for this to be the page, it sparks of new desires. And I think that's because of all of our connections with our soul tribes, and we're all going to be working together so well. The last card, and I love this because it's the devil, and that sounds all scary to some people. It's not scary to me. The devil card is the advice for the future. And what I feel there is to be pointing out the temptations that people are having that are not serving them. And I don't feel like this is directed at us because it's our job here to point out everything we learned in the past with that Eight of Swords and the Justice card in the past as well. So keep doing what you're doing and find constructive ways to share everything you've learned the hard way, because you've been through so much more than some of these people who also want to join the bandwagon, and they just didn't have to go through as many things as you to get there. So just point it out to them. Help them realize what is holding them back. Let's move on quickly, because I like to see it when the moon's coming up and it's getting dark outside. Not quite yet. I think I can finish before the moon rise tonight. I like to pull a couple cards here from the Gypsy Witch Tarot deck. The first deck I used was 8 Coin Statue Tarot. I know that many of you have heard of it because it's a pretty amazing deck. First card we get is the number 49. Keep this in mind this month. You're going to be in the spotlight. Okay? That's our energy. Everybody's paying attention to the things you're doing. They can't wait to see what you're going to do next. That's that eye, too. I know you can't really see the card, but on this card, there's an eye on it. So not only are others very interested in what you're doing, but you know it. And you're using your third eye, of course, with that one. Next, we get the number 52. Keep this number in mind this month also. This one's called the Shepherd. And this one is an intense love of life and strong fellow feelings. And that's what I was feeling before. It's a fellowship, and we're all joining, and we're loving our life. I can't even tell you how many of my friends and everybody and my whole soul tribe, we are using all of our new skills, and we're doing it together. Like one person will say, I'm using my pendulum today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to use my pendulum too.
And then I tell somebody else, and then they're like, I want to try and use my pendulum too. And we all are working on so many of the same things, but each of us have our own attributes that we have mastered as well. The last numbers card is the number 42. So it's 495242. This one is called Amor. And this is a sign that someone is looking at you with great love and longing. So for any of you who have been trying to manifest or sort of relying on your counterpart, your other half, to do your job, I think it's coming. I've been sensing it for a while here, and I'm a twin flame expert, if that helps. Soulmate expert. So hit me up for a reading on that. They want you. Next, let's do a quick Celtic cross with the Rider-Waite deck. My decks are pre-shuffled, it's just a habit. And the first card we get, okay, I'm not going to lie to you, as I shuffled the deck, I was able to see I am amazing at pulling whatever cards I want to pull. And I don't let that guide which cards I pull when I do these readings for you, but that just blew my freaking mind. I noticed that one card was turned over as I was shuffling, and I noticed the colors, and so as I pulled it out, and I just did it like random, that was the card it was. And that's a beautiful thing, that I'm capable of pulling that card. And I do that also with the Gypsy Witch deck. It's super fun. They have a yes or no, make a wish thing. So what you do is you take the Joker and you put him on the top and you shuffle the deck once and you cut it one time. And the other day I did this, and then I thought, that's going to be the last card. I didn't cheat, I didn't look, I just put the cards down. And I'm not kidding, my boyfriend was sitting right here with me. It was the very last card. I was like, oh my God. I freaked myself out. Right, I kind of know it's coming before it comes. Okay, what we got was the 6 of Swords here. We're taking a trip, and we're taking this trip together. With this journey, we're no longer alone. We're with the ones that we love. And it's leading us, taking us all to a better place. And this is what's getting in the way. Here is the 3 of Cups. This is these emotional connections that we have from our past. They're not very easy to let go of. And what this card says to me is that we need to make the emotional connections with our friends all across the world, and our light workers, our fellow light workers, and, you know, star seeds and such. We're all going through that right now. We don't connect with the people around us in our present environments, and so we're going through this struggle because we're like, so we love our light working friends, and we're all there to support each other. But it's hard for us to let go of needing the people around us. And that doesn't continue forever, but we're at a point right now where it's just kind of like everything's changing. And as we change, we question it, but it's all going to fall right into place. And we're going to feel so emotionally fulfilled. So don't worry about that. I know that I've been going through that a little bit too. I feel like I don't have any people around me in my present environment. Oh, I'm always in my present moment that are like me, but I have so many friends and I have so much love, and I know you do too. What we desire is the Knight of Swords, and I just get that strange, he's coming in hot feeling there, and on his mission to get it done with information, divine wisdom, and guidance. So it's always going to be provided for you. The universe will provide for you. Next is the King of Swords. That is your resources. And it's what I just said. You have nothing to be afraid of. Don't be afraid of the new information that's coming in to you, even if it's coming in so much stronger these days. They have your back. And tell people about it. Find people that you can talk to about it. It helps you grow so much more. In the past, we have the Hermit card, and that's very fitting for each and every one of us. we went within. We kind of went into hiding mode, and we did this work, this internal, we found the answers within. We fixed the things that were internal struggles within us, and now we shine that light down on others to heal them with what we've gained and what we've learned. In the future, it's the Four of Cups. And here, with this card, and especially in this deck, it's telling you to do not accept situations or people or places or the things that no longer serve you. And I think a lot of this refers to some of the, let's say, the types of stuff we used to do to fulfill our emotions when our emotions were unfulfilled. We're going to not rely on that stuff anymore. And we're not going to settle for not fulfilling our emotions because we have so much to share. We are made of love and we need to be loving. 4, your attitude. It's the Ace of Cups. You have the blessing and you know it. And you are here to do a job. I'm going to flip it back over. It's such a beautiful card. But that one did not. They are hearing what you say as you're cleansing and healing them. They are going through these justice moments, like the card from before, and they're questioning a lot of things that they hadn't questioned before, and that's all because of you. And this world is changing. You're doing your part. I like this. This is Hopes and Fears, and this card is the Hierophant. This is the number 5. It's all about change. It's the spirit element. Cleansing and healing waters is who you are. You're showing them the support that they need. They need to be supported as they go through this, and it's a big change for the Hierophant to fall next. It's that Holy Trinity. It's that spiritual authority. And so I think that this one's sort of advising us. We're hopeful to get our messages across, but we're afraid we say it in the wrong way. Like how we talk, they're not going to get it. So be consistent, but try and remember the way that your mind used to work before you were opened up to all of these spiritual gifts and the spiritual wisdom and everything that you know about now. So try and say it in a way where they're going to understand it with their thinking minds. And I think that I feel a strong, we need to help them do their ego work and kind of put them in check. Say that maybe that's your ego talking. And don't feel bad about it. Say it in a very pleasant and positive way. Crack a joke first, right? And the last card, and I'm saying that because the last card is where the progression is, this concludes in this reading, in this portion of the reading. It's the 5, another 5, which is change, which tells me change your tactics, change the information that you're sharing with them. Find different information to share the same way. You have to get a little tricky with it. Point out to them, we're all going to be losing some things, but we're going to be gaining so much more. And there's going to be some people that are left in the middle, and they're not ready yet. That's a beautiful message there. All of these cards fit so well together. I just want to point out that there was, let's see, 1, 2 of the hierarchy sword cards. And the first card, about taking that trip together, is another sword, the 6 of Swords, and then we have the 5 of Swords to end it. Here, this is a lot of information. So keep that in mind for them. And just give them a little bit by little bit at a time. And we have 1, 2, 3 soul cards and spirit cards here in the reading. 3s remind me, because I do numbers, to keep it your body, mind, and soul, or spirit, all working together. And then there was also 3 cups. Cleansing, healing waters, that think of the archangels and the Archangel of the West. I think that's Gabriel. The Archangel to the east would be the Swords, and that's Raphael. He's a healer too. Let's go. A few cards from the Aleister Crowley Go deck here. So I just feel like on the full moon day, it's very appropriate to pull these cards out. Let's see what we get. I'm going to do 3. That's what I was thinking before too. Alright. We actually get 4, and that's beautiful too, because it is April. When you're indulging, whatever you're overindulging in, you don't have to give it up completely, but let's say you could tone it down a little bit. And I like to go with like the vegetarian thing. Some of us are trying to turn vegan, and it's not easy. If one day a week you could sort of take a break and just be at peace with that, because here's the peace card, the yin and the yang. This is the 2, it's the changing card, but the balancing out of, make a change. 1 or 2 days a week. I'll say 2 because that's the number 2. Otherwise you're going to be with this 8 of Cups card that was the first card. You're going to want to run away. It's going to overwhelm you. You're going to probably not take action and not run away, but if you could just use a little moderation and consider the others too. Hierophant comes again. So that's spiritual and religious authority. I have a feeling that everybody who's watching this reading has been around since the beginning of time. And we're here with that source, that life force, that life source within us. And the magic, the magus, number 1. So this change, that's the third 5 that's been in my mind, that 555. This change takes us back to the beginning of the cycle, another spirit element where we're really going to be able to use our magic. That concludes my full pink moon reading. It's going to be great. This is not going to be a month that anybody's going to forget. You're all going to remember it forever. And that's going to be a little bit different for each and every one of us. Just keep being grateful. Keep being thankful. Because we are all blessed and we're so lucky to be here. And now, in the year 2021, it's a magnificent time. I better let you go so I can get out there and watch the moon rise. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you'd like to purchase a personalized reading, my email address is em3dj3@gmail.com, and I really can't wait to get to meet you. And hopefully you'll comment on this video as well. I really enjoy comments. It makes me feel so great to hear what resonates with you and what does not. So let me know. Alright. Peace, love, namaste from me, MJ. I'm your Atlas to Light. Stay great, collective. I love your vibes. Later on.